What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld, and right now we're going to be talking about some things that you should do today or as soon as possible to kind of get yourself geared up for Series 6. A lot of you guys have a lot of cards that, whether or not they're going to maintain their value, that's not really the point of it. You got to know, all right, when certain cards like limiteds that you may have, for instance, Kyle Juszczyk, with several of his cards that were released that were one was a limited that right before the series where he came out as a Redux, I made 700K off of him, and I got him for very, very cheap. I'm going to need you guys to take a look at all your limiteds and things like that. I'm going to go over some of the cards right now because I actually went out of my way to make sure that I would have that information for you guys. So I'm going to tell you guys, if you haven't known already, these are some of the cards that if you currently have them right now, you need to get rid of and get them back as Series Redux. Signature Series, Stephon Diggs, Marshawn Lattimore. Super Bowl, Mel Renfro, Eric Armstead, Tyrann Mathieu, Franco Harris, David Tyree. NFL Honors, Kyler Murray, Calais Campbell, Michael Thomas, Nick Bosa, Lamar Jackson, which is a huge one, Christian McCaffrey, Stephon Gilmore, NFL Combine, John Ross, Vita Vea, Jalen Ramsey, Ultimate Legends, Ed Too Tall Jones, Andre Reed, Ken Houston, Gale Sayers. Now, some of those cards are straight trash and nobody cares about them. But Lamar Jackson, that guy was at 3 million coins for the longest period of time, obviously because he goes to a 99 speed. He was one of the main ones that were wild. Other than that, maybe Jalen Ramsey, if you guys wanted to take a look at that and say, you know what, let me see if this dude's good or if he's garbage. There are a lot of other cards that we're going to go take a look at later, but those are some of the, some of them that I want you guys to focus on. Some of them have already gone down in price a lot because of the release of other cards, but let's go take a look at Lamar Jackson because some of you guys have that card and, you've been sitting on it the same way that I did it with, when I created Night Train Lane and he was going for 3.3 mil and I kept him because I realized that he's so valuable in the game and I didn't sell him and I just kept him and then his price just continuously went down and went down. What's going to happen is you're going to have that opportunity to make those coins. All right. Now, would I have gone back and made those coins? I don't know because he was so good. It was ridiculous what he was doing, and he was winning me games because everybody knows that when a card is first released, EA makes them play like they're on steroids. So it actually worked out. It worked out a lot. It was really, really wild the way everything worked out. So I did get a lot of wins in Weekend League. And we had, it was an unbelievable time because the dude was just causing a fumble. If he looked at you, it was a fumble, and that was very, very good for everything that was going on. So now, with Lamar Jackson, when we go down to his honors cards, you see it's no longer in the 3 million range, but it went down to 2.18. Well, now with the Redux, you're going to have the opportunity to go ahead and say, you know what, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. We're going to go ahead. I'm going to sell this card now. Somebody's going to buy it because people have been waiting for the price to drop. I was amazed at how many people were buying it when it was 3+ million. So obviously it's going to go, it's going to go down a little bit more with the Redux because people are going to have the opportunity to now pull these cards. So if you have a Lamar Jackson, I'm not saying you have to sell him right now because it doesn't drop until next week with the new series. But I'm keeping it, I'm making sure you guys understand. I always give you guys advance notice. This guy's card with the Redux, it's not going to stay at the same amount because people are going to start pulling it randomly. So you're going to get in it around the 1.5, 1.4, mil range, whatever. But just keep in mind, it's still a 99 speed quarterback. You know what I'm saying? With decent 90s all over the place. So could he be a year-end QB? Yeah, definitely he could be. You know what I'm saying? But the unique thing about him is he's a running back in this game. So what do I mean by that? He's going to be, when he's in the open field, is he going to fumble? Probably, but look at the numbers. 98 juke, 91 spin. You guys got to understand, it's really, really wild because he, unlike a lot of the other quarterbacks that have decent speed, only he and Michael Vick would I give the chance of doing some kind of weird stuff in the open field and probably not being able to get hit or fumble. Because he can actually juke your butt cheeks open. Like this dude right here, outrageous. And I love the fact that EA gave him that 98 juke because we saw once he puts his foot in the ground, it's pretty much a wrap. If he puts his foot in the ground and you're in front of him, you're going to be behind him. So that's actually kind of sick. So that's why his price has been the way that it's been. But again, when you give people the opportunity to pull these cards, once the new series starts, you're not getting a 2 mil plus. So you can lose a lot of coins just off of this one thing right here. This is a very, very big deal. You know what I'm saying? So just make sure you keep that in the back of your mind. I know a lot of you guys love running around like a maniac with escape artists. I'm starting to like it again too. Like, I don't even care anymore. I'm literally running around like the biggest idiot ever and doing whatever I want. But that's not what, I just don't want you to feel like that's something, that's the only thing that you can do. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are other things that you can actually do and, you know, still have success. Now, when you go to this now, you know, Jalen Ramsey. Okay, I guess we could just put N and then the Ramsey at the end to kind of get it so it's shorter. When you look at some of this stuff, you know, why did they put Ryan Ramczyk in there? I don't know. What is that? Why is that guy there? Okay, anyway, it doesn't matter. So right now he's down to 494. All right, is that the lowest? Okay, yeah. So remember when he was at 700 and change and I was telling you guys like, bro, we good and we're not using a power pass on him? This was the reason. It doesn't really matter as far as, you know, what EA tries to sell us. And like, yo, bro, this guy is the GOAT. What, like, bro, listen, you got to know that with the way that everything is trending, these prices are going to go down no matter what. Now, he is 6'1", and we do have Denzel Ward over there. But remember, we put Deion Sanders over there on the side now. When we play like 3-4, Deion Sanders has gone back to starting over Denzel Ward. So Denzel Ward, low-key, is on the chopping block. Like, just so that we, you know, completely understand, is there a chance we'll go and get Ramsey later? Maybe because we were patient, they'll give us an ultimate legend that's a corner that we want. Maybe a Charles Woodson, something like that. So I'm still waiting. Even though this guy's card is wild and savage, we can still make out and save those coins, you know, once they make him a Redux. You know, because once that happens, it's like, all right, cool. We don't got to go crazy. And another thing that bothers me about it is, he's a 98 speed. Now, that can mean something and it can't. Like, it's like, it's really, really weird the way that it can work out, because in certain cases, you need 99 speed. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just need it. And then in certain cases, it's like, it don't really matter. I don't know if because he's 6'1", it's going to really make him, you know, that much more of an OP player. Plus, he's going to have a 99 press, you know, like all these other guys have that I have, you know, Night Train and these guys. Oh, does Night Train have a 99 press? I don't know what he has. Okay, he has 95, and then we chem him up. So he goes to like a 97, 98. All right, cool. Ramsey's going to be a different animal, but then this guy, Denzel Ward, he has a 99 press, and we've been able to see it, you know, in full action out there. So that definitely helps, especially with the RPOs. Because when you press on those RPO slants, it makes it very, very difficult for them to get that slant off. So that press definitely comes in handy in certain situations, including in zone coverage as well. So I just want to make sure we understand that. But this is another guy. Some of you guys spent a lot of money, even though I told you guys like, yo, bro, listen, if you do this, it don't matter. His price is going to drop very, very quickly, because people still are eyeing Night Train Lane and other players that have the ability to get Enforcer like that at corner. Even I think he's the only one right now, but Night Train Lane is that dude. So it doesn't make sense for a lot of these cards to stay with their actual price. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's weird if they do, but he would be good to actually have out there and whatever. But like I said, 494, not as bad as it was before in the 700K when we were looking at it before. That's pretty decent. Now we could go to, you know, Marshawn Lattimore and see what he's doing. Now, I never used this card because I wasn't sold on anything that he was doing. So with that being said, and he doesn't even have one that's available, all right now. So the only way you could probably do it is to, you know, you pretty much, you know, power him up and then use a power-up pass to go ahead and get that done with his limited. But again, when that's available with the Redux, I don't know exactly what's going to happen with that. I don't do we even have, hold on, do we have his power-up? Because I could actually go and look at it now to kind of give you guys some insight into what's actually going to be happening. You just don't want to go too crazy, and you want to make sure you get the coins. So if you do have this, if you have this card right now, okay, we do have his power up. We can go look and see what he is inside of the binder. If you do have the signature Marshawn Lattimore, it would make sense for you to get rid of him before the new series. You see what I'm saying? It would just make sense, even if you had to temporarily use a power-up pass, because if you don't, like I said, Kyle Juszczyk, I immediately rage sold him for 700 something K like a week before the other series. And people were just all over it because people just want the cards. There's a lot of people that are putting together theme teams and they just want the cards. They don't care about anything else. Like, yo, this price is wild, and bro, like they just want the cards, man. And it's wild. All right, where are we going? Saints. They just want to be able to say that they have the cards, so they'll spend the Mutcoins, and that's what we're looking for. We're just not trying to be the guy that hold on to the card thinking that it's cool, and then it's not. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just absolutely not. So right here, obviously he gets Chem to a 99 speed. He's gonna have that acceleration with Sprinter. You know, again, 91 press. He's an average card, but he's a signature series. So that's what makes him really, really crazy. So would I go and start getting a 96 overall corner? I wouldn't, because he's gonna go to probably a 98, and it's gonna take away from my 99 overall with our cornerbacks that we have right now. So I wouldn't go back to it. But people that are putting together Saints teams that want those limited, plus they're not in the store, it just makes it so that it's a higher commodity. And he was one of the first ones running around with 99 speed doing whatever he wanted, other than obviously Deion Sanders and a couple others. So you can definitely go ahead and get rid of these limiteds and just see what happens with them, and then temporarily use a power-up pass until everything else is all said and done, just to make sure that you're not on the outside looking in. Because once that happens, you're done. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. If you wait this out and you think it's sweet, you're gonna have some major problems, bro. And you go, oh, bro, you didn't. No, I told you. You guys just don't watch the entire video, but I told you. And I'm gonna continue to tell you guys, evaluate your team every day. Dudes come out being garbage and they think it's okay. It's not, though. Like, realistically, like, let's just be honest, it's not, though. Dudes are garbage. You know what I just thought about, though? While I'm talking to you guys, we could probably. We could definitely help, because no, we can't even. I'm thinking about something in my head right now about how we could actually run a whole new scheme. Like, it's crazy. I just started thinking about it. Like, yo, we could literally go out there and do whatever we want with our team, and then come out and run heavy formations and just have dudes going wild. But I gotta figure this out, because I think we could probably utilize George Kittle a lot more. But we obviously need Aaron Rodgers out there to make sure that we're gonna be making some plays. I gotta figure it out, guys. I think we might have a plan of action. We might be moving from the West Coast offense. I'm gonna give you guys some more insight into that. But like I was saying before, I need you guys to make sure that you're looking at what's going on, and also take a look at the players that you have your power-up passes on. Like, Kevin Green's price is wild as hell because he's good. But I want to take my power pass back off of him, because I don't want to be running around and, be at a disadvantage. So what I've been doing is I've been checking his set price regularly, trying to see, like, can I snipe the 95? Because he really does scream with the right abilities. All right, now he's down to 241. That's fine, but I don't want to spend 400K for him. You see what I'm saying? Like, I really just don't. And that's what the problem is. Like, Doc, if it's like 40K more lower, I'll be like, all right, cool. We could do something, because look, you see what I'm saying? Like, that's already at 400 and something, and I think that his card, when you go buy it right now, is at 400 and something. So we could go check that. But this is what I'm saying. You got to see where your power-up passes are. You got to see if you can get the cards for cheaper now, because at one point we got them for free anyway, so it doesn't matter. Get rid of these cards and just go ahead and be ready to go and rebuild. Now remember, theme teams, we cannot move so willy-nilly, bro. Because we're going to have to replace those players with people that have those chemistries of the team. So that becomes very, very difficult to do. So don't just start doing, raid selling people and not realizing that they have the 49er chem. Like, I want to raid sell Kevin Green, but I'm getting him back. I'm just taking my power pass off of him. You see what I'm saying? Because he has 49er chem. I'm not going to raid sell him and get a bum like Bednarik or whatever, however you pronounce his name. I'm not going to do that. You see, he's down to 486. If I can get him for like 440, I'll be willing to spend 440 for this guy. And then you guys are still raging about this guy over here, TJ Watt. Low key, like, you guys got me really like on edge about to go ahead and grab this dude, man. But again, we have to wait to see how that works out. But I need you guys to really pay attention and to like look at it and let me know, like, is this something that we should be doing right now? Like, is this really something that is going to make the squad better and we're going to be able to do whatever we want? Or is this just you guys, saying whatever? That's what I'm looking to find out right now. Because anything else, if it's not making sense on the field and you guys just running your mouth, it doesn't help me. But overall, I've been seeing a lot of TJ Watt. Yo, Gmi, get him, put him in there, no matter what. DN, outside linebacker, whatever. Obviously, left outside linebacker, we could put him in as an end and then still have a guy outside of him, but he'll give us more impact with that 99 finesse in green. So, you know, I do want to grab him, but again, my 97 overall power pass is on this guy. I want to watch it a little bit, see if we can get lucky, and then we'll go from there, and then, you know, we'll evaluate our squad once we get to that point. And those are just some of the things that you need to be doing right now as soon as you can. As usual, if you have any other comments, questions, whatever concerns, let me know. Leave it in the comment section, and I'll get back to you guys as soon as possible. I want to thank you guys again. Be safe, stay blessed. One love, y'all.